Are we recording now? I
I don't know. Are we?
don't know. I thought, are you not recording it?
Yes, we're recording. Go ahead.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. So, do you guys like that, guys? Why else would you be here at this point? It's what we want. It's the steep of the channel.
You're
You guys
listening
do it.
to
We
two of
enjoy
that,
it.
guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I love about this. When it comes to like a lot of those like horror story channel, like D&D channels,
Yeah.
they always try and act like, oh, I'm so much better than this. I would never do such a thing. I'm so you're boring, mate. You're boring and you're dull. And get over yourself, Jesus. Like, come on, like let's just jump
You
into
are
this
boring
one.
and not
This
based.
guy. Yeah, exactly. You know what? The thing is, the games I play work for me. I have fun playing the way I play. Garber has fun playing the way he plays. I'm really tempted. You know what? No, I've got a few ideas. We'll save that for later, Garber. I've got a few ideas. I haven't gone past you yet, but trust me, they're good ideas. You're gonna have to
That's not
discuss me
ominous at all.
Yeah, come on, let's do this one. You ready?
Okay, let's see here. That guy in game store horror. By the way, that picture looks like a guy who wonders what like women's flesh tastes like. Jesus. like look at him.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
what
I
your
love it.
calves
It looks
taste like. Because I'm rather bored of looking at Edition Wars and 40k threads, I want to start another thread about some other entertaining topics, such as sharing a laugh at the scum of humanity and the worst your LGS can offer. I'll start with that guy story, involving an old housemate who was about maybe 400 pounds and growing who wanted to start a D&D 3.5 game. So I made a skill monkey party face, only to find out that the whole game was a giant arena on a spaceship in the middle of space, and we in the party had to fight a guy with 4 arms. With D&D 3.5, why not like fucking Spelljammer or something? Like the guy never once rolled to attack, but we always got hit with 4 of his attacks. Whenever we tried to do something creative, he would tell us it wasn't in the rules, so we couldn't do it. Nice.
All right.
One of the parties specialized in.
Teal hit me with that before. I'm just saying, Teal hit me with that before because it was dragon riding season. We're all riding dragons, and I said to Teal's like, "Yo, can I not just like land on these kobolds and like smash them?" It's like, well,
gotcha.
No,
impact damage, yeah.
Yeah. Can I not just like smash them? Like, I want a big Kroom dragon. I think I could easily smash them. You know what I mean?
Just
Like,
the weight of the dragon.
Like, yeah, he's like, no, James, you can't have that. It's not the way it works. You can have bite attack or you can do. It's like, fine, okay.
You dare use logic in my game.
Yeah. Anyway, look, let's keep going.
By the way, if you're a demon in the future, you just roll impact damage like you're falling. So that's all you gotta do. So not to mention that he would not grasp the difference between in-character talk and out-of-character talk. I left the game early at that point, and I should have done so long ago. But the next day, he was stupid enough to DM another game in the exact same manner in the exact same setting, and me and the other players made revenge characters and had our fun in the end. That aside, today he's gotten fatter, is now a sex offender, and offered to suck another of my housemates' dicks for free. Not for money, just for free. Like, at least he's charitable. I mean, come on, he's only sucking your dick for free, bro. Come on, like you have to make pay for it.
I mean, like, it's free. Why would you just turn that down? Why? I mean, like, what was the whole?
You're just gonna turn down a free dick sucker, you boy. Like,
I mean, it's free, man. Why would you pass that up? You know, it's like,
God damn, this dick suck free $3.99.
You know, here there was one I saw the other day, and I was looking for a Reddit cringe, so I was, and there was one I came across, and there was a guy having a bit of a meltdown because his girlfriend was looking to break up with him because he said he would suck dick for $1 million, and it's like, hey, are you telling me you wouldn't? That's one of the most stupid ones I've ever heard. Like, oh, I wouldn't suck a dick for $1 million. Yes, you would. Yes, I would let you film it. You could even play my bum while you're at it. To be honest with you. Like, you know, like, let's be serious, man. Let's be serious. For $1 million. $1 million. Okay, to an American, $1 million's not as much. Like, to me, $1 million's like more like 5 million to use, because like
$1 million for only like half an hour of work. It's not bad.
A euro, $1 million to a euro per is more like 5 million to American, right? Just for context, right? I think you're mental. I was one of those ones. I actually kind of got annoyed with it. It's like, man, that's not gay. $1 million? What are you talking about? I mean, people do far worse on a daily. I was a kitchen porter for like 7 years. You know what I mean? And I did not make even a fraction close to $1 million. You know, like I would say over the course of 7 years or so, I probably made just over 100,000. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Garber, how much money did you make from the army? Like, you know, it was close to $1 million.
In a year?
Well, like, overall, your entire time in the army.
Oh, no, nowhere near.
Yeah, well, there you go then. There you go. Like, come on. Like, okay, look, let's just keep going. That one just really annoyed me. All right? The real question is how low you're going to go. I mean, like...
What's your lowest price you'll suck dick? Not if, but how much is your lowest tagline for a good dick suck, you know?
I mean, like, you know, and I'm telling you right now, see whenever some fella comes in, and he's got that suitcase full of money, like suitcase, not like a check, none of that. I mean, like hard cash. It's like right in front of you. Like, how much is he gonna take out of that before you're gonna be like, nah, not for me, man. I don't think it's worth it.
This is a hard tangent, like dick sucking off you.
Right? Okay. Come on. Let's find out. Let's find out more about the dick sucker, then, will we? Let's find out. What did the dick sucker get up to?
Okay, what does dick sucker get up to? Well, since folks are interested, I'll give a few pseudonyms. I'll introduce more if I continue telling more stories. So our now 500-pound that guy I'll call Larry. Larry recently graduated from college and he had been seeing a 17-year-old girl behind our backs. I should mention that Larry has money, and he always had a lot of raw cash sitting around. He would always pay a share of the rent and more with $500 of raw cash. Not sure why, but we suspected he deals drugs. Anyways...
How do you live with someone and not know?
Well, sometimes, I mean, in this day and age, you never know. I mean, they could be a coder that just sits in their chair all day with their rainbow socks.
Yeah, that's good. I take the piss out of this guy I'm working with. And he's developed me an app, and I keep leaking him. So I keep saying to him, "Oh, mate, you're doing great. I'll get you another pair of socks. I'll get you your coat and socks. Perfect for you.
Put on the socks, learn the code." But here's the thing,
he thinks
it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Larry was seeing this 14-year-old girl, and she was milking Larry of his cash. I don't like any of that verbiage. 14-year-old girl.
She was 17.
Then when Larry tried...
Oh, wait, no.
No, just hold on. Then when Larry...
But you just fucking wait a second. God damn it.
He said a few seconds ago they were 17, now they're 14.
A 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old. Then when Larry tried getting physical with her... She's actually a vampire. Then when Larry tried getting physical with her, she contacted the police. Larry was told to cease and desist 7 times, but Larry never did. Sir, cease and desist your sexual contact with this 14-year-old.
Well, why is she showing up? Like, what's going on here? Like, was he...
I just picture, like...
What's the deal?
I keep picturing, like, this fucking Eldar trying to get around this fucking... chosen of Nurgle to grab his cash stack, you know? Like, if I'm just fast enough, he can't grab me, all right? If I just gotta swim around the belly rolls and grab the cash.
Yeah, be out real quick. No issue.
Yeah, in or out, quick adventure. So Larry was arrested for trying to bugger a 14-year-old girl and has since become a sex offender. After the offense was laid, he got weirder and weirder. To be fair, the 7 and 4 on the keyboard are next to each other. So maybe a typo. Of course, I mean, hold on. He did it more than once, didn't he? I don't know. After the offense was laid, he got weirder and weirder, and he offered to suck my housemate's dick for free. Of course, my housemate isn't into the prospect of a 500-pound neckbeard beating off his purple helmeted yogurt slinger, so my housemate told him no.
What happens if he just like went for it and just didn't say anything?
Could you imagine being down so bad, like you're like, you know what, a dick suck's a dick suck, fuck it. Like, I love how his neckbeard raps against my balls the entire time.
Oh, Jesus.
I love how scratchy your neckbeard hairs are.
Oh, please stop.
Who's my fat little Discord kitten? Ooh, it's me. Jelly rolls with jelly. Anyway, horrors beyond our comprehension.
There was. I'll bring him up later, but remind me, I knew a fella that went really weird, similar to this we did, and I mean, it went really bad. He was sitting talking to the family on our old Discord.
Hold on.
Like, yeah, no.
Hold on.
Hey, just shut. That bad. Gee. I'm gonna keep that in. That was Garbu being leaded by the ATF. I'm just gonna keep that bit in because I heard you jump up in the dog park. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, that was. Yeah, Garbu.
Where's the landmine, Garbro? You'll never get it.
So purple helmeted yogurt singer. Larry got more pushy.
I want that dick. Give me that dick. Come on, bro. Give me that dick.
Larry got more pushy, but my housemate threatened him with another call from the police, at which point Larry stopped and my housemate stopped going to the place Larry lives. After that, we cut off contact, and as far as I know, he's happy with Bubba. Aww.
What? Wait, what's Bubba?
Who?
He's Bubba?
Who be this mysterious Bubba?
What year is this from? This is from 2013.
Oh my god, it's a long time ago.
I need to know more. Yeah. Oh, jeez, that was 10 years
That's
ago.
a decade ago.
It was more than a decade ago. No. Alright, where's the next part?
Well, if you insist a word of warning, I don't have this written out, so it'll take some time. In the meantime, I'll introduce the cast. Anon, me, and visiting the house with my friends, and that guy lived for the weekend. Greg, my best friend who was playing and also lived in the house. Larry, that guy, that GM, he weighed about 400 pounds at the time, wanted to GM a game, us wanting to play a game for the weekend, accepted. Randy, another friend of mine who is like a rail to Larry's double-decker train. My other housemate, Harold, uses RPGs as an excuse to hang out with us. Cool guy, and hilarious at that. More to come. I was sitting in my house and I thought, haven't visited my friends in a while, so I made some calls to Greg, and after some planning, we finally found a time where we could all meet up. So on that fateful Friday, I got in my car and drove over to Greg's place and arrived that afternoon. So we hung out and did what friends did, like apparently suck dick, according to Larry. When my friend Greg mentioned his last housemate, a guy named Larry, and how Larry wanted to DM a game for D&D for us. I thought, hey, this would be a great way to get to know Larry, and my friend Greg, enthusiastic like he is, showed his excitement for the game that night. So when the sun set, I drove back to Greg's house, blissfully unaware of the horrors that is the call of cholesterol.
That's a good one. I think I might use that for the
call
of
cholesterol. Jeez.
Yeah.
We did it, friends.
Okay, is that the wait? Is call of cholesterol just the Burger Punk version of call of cholesterol?
We did what we did as friends do. Suck dick. So when I arrived at the house, I caught up with Randy and Harold, and then a short time later, we sat at the beer pong / game table and waited for our DM to leave the bathroom. When the bathroom door opened, I saw Larry in the former answer to World Hunger that lugged along beneath his flesh. I just picture like you know that meme with a giant jack dude in front of the door says like "Mom says my turn for the Xbox," like that, but with Larry like, I'm here to suck your dick. Fucking fat rolls glowing in the light. Larry sat down at the DM side of the table, looked around and said, "So you're all here. We're playing D&D 3.5 and make a Gestalt character. Gestalt characters are characters that take up two different character classes but level up both classes at the same rate per level, meaning you get twice the class features for one level." So I said, great. Had this idea for a swashbuckler / scion who knows her skills and can use her mental powers to displace and maneuver herself around the field. Greg made a wizard druid who specialized in fog spells. Randy made a monk druid, and Harold made a barbarian fighter based. We got our characters, and we said we have our characters Larry. Then Larry adjusted himself on his suffering chair and started the game with the following sentence. You are all on a spaceship, fighting in a gladiatorial arena on it. You see a hulking man with 4 arms holding brilliant energy great axes. Roll initiative. Man, what a start.
All right, okay. Could be better, but it's not a disaster quite yet.
Much like his wheels, Larry. Much like his wheels, Larry microwaved that fucking thing and just here's where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought, oh great, I made a skill monkey in a face, and now I have to fight in some arena. Well, she does have 30 touch AC, so it should be hard for her to get hit. To put it simply, Additionally, I invested a lot of psionic feats, which granted me a lot more touch AC, and a lot of psionic powers, which gave me that touch AC, but that didn't stop Captain Forearm. So Captain Forearms, you motherfucker. So Captain Forearms wins initiative without...
You stop that!
Without Larry rolling anything. I'm gonna fucking chop your dick off. Normally, normally a sign of bad
I'm gonna
things...
suck your dick!
I'm gonna suck
your dick!
I'm gonna suck your dick, James.
Normally a sign of bad things to come, but I wanted to give Larry a chance, you see. Before I could think, Larry announces your combatant charges at you, and Anon takes 60 damage. Your turn, Anon. I ask Larry, did you roll any dice? Then Larry says, you ask your contestant if you rolled any dice. Your contestant doesn't answer you. Your turn, Greg. Fucking wow.
What? No. No.
Okay, this guy definitely sucks dick. You're right.
No. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, certified top dick sucker in the apartment.
Certified head slobber right there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no.
That's a no for me, dog.
All right.
My friend Greg buckles down and says, I'll cast Fog Clouds centered on Captain Forearms. Fog Clouds is a spell that works great at providing concealment and making getaways, but sadly, Greg nor my character can get away from the ensuing bullshit. So Larry says after saying you cast Fog Cloud, the Fog Cloud appears over your contestant. Shortly after, the Fog Cloud dissipates, with the arena announcers shouting that they want to see the battle happening. Your turn, Randy.
I mean, that kind of does make sense. I'll give them that. At least that
they could suck the Fog Cloud out, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I you know what? I'll as much of a dick sucker Gary is, I'll let him away with that. That one at least makes sense.
Greg was crestfallen and turned to me with an apologetic look. I looked back to him and gave a manly nod. You know, the nod that says, shit is about to happen to both of us. Let's work through this. Let's work this through. So we returned to our game, and with it as Randy and Harold slathered through their turn. Were they fucking butter? Randy and Harold slathered through their turns, with their hits being described as you hit, next person's turn.
Okay. Slathered, I don't get it, and I don't like it either. Yeah, slathered his fucking cock.
That
more like
slathered his lips on Randy's dick.
No.
When my turn came back around, I realized that I was still in front of Captain Forearms, and I was still sure that Larry had no idea how multi-weapon fighting worked, especially considering that I and the other players had way more AC than he could statistically hit with all the time. So I did a coward's move and said, I manifest Time Hop on myself. Time Hop makes your target disappear out of existence for a time before coming back. This is better used to take a foe out of commission, but I figured that with a little creativity, Time Hop can be used on their own allies with beneficial effects. So Larry said, after saying you manifest Time Hop and after successfully rolling concentration, use Time Hop. Greg, go. With me out of existence, I was able to think about my next moves for 3 rounds without worrying about being attacked. In that time, I saw Captain Forearms run 150 feet across the board to attack Greg for yet another 60 damage. I witnessed our Druid monk try to run up the side of the arena wall, do a backflip off the corner of it, land behind Captain Forearms, and hammer him with a flurry of blows, only for Larry to say, you can't do that, it's not in the rules.
Get out, stop.
Actually, there's no written text. You can't. This is not a war game.
No. Look, don't get me wrong. More DMs should be using more deadly combats. I think that's something that a lot of people avoid almost to a fault. You know, there's a lot of games out there where people play and they never run the risk of ever even getting hit a lot of the time, let alone taking damage or coming close to death. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but no, you're gonna have to be consistent. Well, I suppose he's consistently retarded, so you know what? I'll give him that.
He's consistently
actually
wrong.
You know what? Yeah, he's consistently wrong. So you know what? Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's all right.
I just don't get you take 60 damage. Like there's some times where there are some things where maybe it's a cloud or an aura where it does damage, but you gotta roll at least or something. Fuck. You can't.
Yeah.
I guess with some area effect weapons, your ace doesn't matter because a grenade or a mortar round or a fireball. But if you're doing a melee attack, you have to give him a chance to dodge or to miss or to hit armor or something. You can't just I hit you unless it's a magical fucking. Well, even then he has these like glittering axes. Like you can't just go, you take damage, fuck you next. Like you can't ignore that entire part of a character every single time. Like maybe like one attack ignores AC. Sure.
Yeah.
But every time.
Like I'll give them that. Or maybe like area of effect, like, you know, you're able to get out of it, or like, you know, you take some half damage, whatever. But like, yeah, no, that's just gonna.
And that's me saying this. Like, that's
yeah,
me saying you can't ignore the entire AC. That's insane.
Yeah, like let's see how badly this goes. Let's just keep going, won't we?
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
You can't do this on the rules. Thankfully, due to a lucky stream of critical hits by Harold, Captain Forearms fell unconscious, and we all returned to our cells inside the spaceship's arena complex. So inside the cell, we see Captain Forearms sitting in an adjacent cell, and me, Greg, and Randy, and Harold are sitting in the same cell recovering from our injuries. By then, I was pretty annoyed, having rolled up a social character, and without being warned, it was an arena among other things, but figuring that with Captain Forearms' strength, we might be able to salvage some fun out of this game. So I look over to Greg, and we begin to talk to each other about the possibility of role-playing a gladiatorial revolt, and foolishly, me and Greg called Captain Forearms stupid during our talks. So they're doing out-of-character talking. They're trying to plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I tried role-playing with Captain Forearms in the other cell and said in character, "Hey, Captain Forearms, don't you hate what's going on? Shouldn't we work together to free ourselves from these chains?" To which Larry answered, "Your contestant heard you call him stupid, he hates you." Yeah, I saw that coming. I about lost my shit, threw up my arms and said, "You know what, Larry? I'm done. We never saw you roll dice. You didn't differentiate out of character and in character." Before I could go on, Greg stopped me and set me back down in my seat. Greg then said to Larry, "Please excuse Anon. He's had a long drive, but if you like, I can give you a few pointers on how to DM better, so we can try this game again tomorrow." Larry agreed, and then Greg said, "Anon, Randy, Harold, wait outside. I'll tell you when you can come back in." Then Greg winked at me, and I knew he had a plan. This is where the dick sucking comes out?
Yeah, it's like, right, tell you what, I'll let you win, but I gotta suck
Let
dick.
me give you some pointers. Zip.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Oh my god.
So I stood outside, quite rustled my jimmies about the game, and waited for Greg to convene with us. I should mention Greg is a great DM and loves to teach people all about how to DM too, but I could tell that even Greg was annoyed. Then the door opened, and Greg walked outside and said in a low voice, "Good news, guys. Larry is taking my advice for a next game, and should be attempting to be more flexible that time around. The next bit of good news is that we're doing the exact same game again tomorrow." I looked at him like he was growing asparagus out of his nostrils, but then he said, "Believe me, guys, I was annoyed about this game session too, but Anon, I promised you that tonight's game was going to be fun, right?" I said,
I don't know.
Yes?
I don't know, man. I just don't. Honestly, like, arenas to me are like the filler sentence, if I be honest with you.
They're time buyers
like
when you write the rest of the story.
I just think to me, I don't think there's much to. I would unironically rather do a festival session than an arena session.
I'd rather suck dick than do a fucking arena session.
Well, the arena sessions can be fun. I've done quite a few of them, and they are interesting, but the DM really has to try to make them interesting. Does that make sense? See if they just like dump stuff and call it a day. It's like, please kill me. Please. Anything but this.
Just put me out of my
Anything
misery.
but yeah, pretty much.
Then I stood back and let Greg be his enthusiastic self before letting him continue. "Well, I can promise that tomorrow night we're going to have even more fun. This time I can enforce his good DMing habits, and then you guys break foot loose over his setting." I knew that by break foot loose, Greg meant ruin Larry's game. Miraculously, I came up with a brilliant plan. I said, "Greg, tomorrow, long before the game, I need you to talk to Larry about his setting. Ask him questions about the spaceship arena, perhaps political affiliations and whatnot." I then turned to Randy and Harold and said, we're not watching that movie tomorrow, I don't think. Instead, we're going to go through all of the 3.5 source books, and we're going to make the most awesome characters we can from the rules as written." Randy and Harold were both pumped, and then I said, "You too, Greg, we're going to take back the fun we didn't have."
Wait, is that not Melger Solid?
Like a heist thing.
Yeah. What is this? It's like we're going to take back what they took from us. You know, I'm just.
We're going to take back the fun that we didn't have, gentlemen.
Yeah. Or mix in what do you call it? The Lock. Remember that one with?
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, and Sean Connery.
Yeah, it's like this is what they took from us. You know, that's what I'm.
Don't forget what they took from you.
And so starts the short-lived legend of Abdul the Crazy Merchant.
Crazy Merchant. Okay, Abdul. Let's see what happens.
Okay, Abdul.
Hey, yo, guys. Cost of living crisis and all that. You don't want to pay for models? Well, we got some paper models.
Which are like a fraction of the price.
Like, fraction of the price. And who actually wants to carry about a bunch of goblins? Nobody.
I mean, like, come on. Like, everyone's going to need a bunch of goblins. But how do you carry that? How do you transport that? And if any of you guys have transported models any length of time?
You put it in a Pokemon binder and you take it with you. If you're interested in it, check this video out. It'll explain everything to you. And if you really want to, the link to the Kickstarter's down below and it'll explain it. And if you like it, back it.
Also, we do have some free ones, so you can go ahead, print them out yourself if you like them, you know.
Everybody likes free shit, so just go and try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Also, the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy. Yay, woo! Woo!
Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's get back to the video.
Working together all the rest of the night, then the next morning, then afternoon, me, Greg, Randy, and Harold worked out our characters. All the while, Greg would advise Larry on his next campaign and even ask for questions about the setting. What we've gathered was that the arena spaceship we were on was part of the Forak Empire. The foreskin Empire.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right, my fucking head went. The spaceship was enormous and built for war. Nearby is the Nearby is the foreskin. Yeah, big and bulbous. Nearby is the foreskin capital, which is an enormous starport in the middle of space. An enormous
was it a starport?
Yeah. That loves taking big, huge ships.
This is like a 12-mile ship, by the way, guys. You like that? Look at that input over there. Oh, I don't know. Fuck, let's just keep going.
Jeez. Then me, Greg, Randy, and Harold, after discussing character concepts, got to work on the characters our caffeine-addled brains could come up with. Now, I'll introduce these new characters. Abdul, the Crazy Merchant. Habibi. Abdul is a merchant from the deserts who specializes in making all manner of wondrous...
I have many potions, Habibi, all for you great prices.
All I can think of is the black market from Command and Conquer Generals.
Oh, yeah.
AK-47s for everyone!
AK-47 for everyone!
Honestly, sorry. Command and Conquer Generals had some of the best lines of dialogue ever. Like, come on. They were so cheesy, but they were so much fun.
AK-47 for everyone. Abdul was a monk wizard gestalt who wore a turban, racist, a full bulky body cloak, and has a monkey familiar named Amaso, and carried around 12 sacks with healing potions in it. The truth is, there are only 2 in each bag, so the way I get away with telling the truth in these healing potions and okay, got you. The truth is, it's each loaded up with the brim with potions of fireballs. To fight, Abdul gives Amaso a potion and lets Amaso throw it. So without throwing his own shit, he throws fireball potions. All right. I also declared it in character for any off-topic banter I say for it to also be something Abdul says. Mehmet the Brave. Mehmet also wears a long, bulky overcloak. If there's one thing Mehmet hates, it's those dang blasted infidels from the Foreskin Empire.
Right, okay, I'm just gonna put out here and say it. Are they all dressed like flashers? You know, like that, like raincoat, and they all like open up, and they've just all got their cocks out.
He's pulling his cock out. Imam, so they're all Muslim themed. Imam Omar. Omar is pious, is as pious as he is tricky. Omar knows how to do a little of everything and can call upon this god, Allah, to bring about his miracles. Also dressed in the usual desert garb.
See if he doesn't start screaming Al Akbar after every success hit. He's missing out. Like, honestly, it's a wasted opportunity right there.
Richard Johnson. This foreskin empire, Richard Johnson, it's all coming together. Richard Johnson is a commoner aristocrat who came to watch the arena, but then took a wrong turn when heading to the bathroom and ended up I like that, it's funny. It ended up in the fighting arena.
Yeah.
That night, we sat back at the table, ready to push the fight back in our favor.
Okay.
I forgot to mention in the last post, but Amaso the monkey is also wearing a turban and desert cloak. Also, Imam Amar is played by Randy, and Imam Amar is a cleric rogue. Out from his room comes Larry, who sits back down in his abused chair. Greg greets him with a smile and says, "We're all ready to start the session." Larry then takes out the dice that Greg bought him, and we were ready to go.
Okay.
So he was saying, nice. This happened, fuck you. This happened, fuck you. So he had no dice in the first. Man, what the fuck?
How does that even happen?
Kinda gay, not gonna lie. Larry starts the session off by saying you find yourselves in a fighting arena on his battleship belonging to the Foreskin Empire. In front of you is a large man with 4 arms and 4 glowing battle axes and 4 foreskins, who introduces himself as Theodore. Roll initiative. After Greg mentioned how Larry was getting better, we watched Larry roll the dice, and the rest of us rolled the dice too. By some miracle.
So is that why he didn't do it the last time? He didn't even have dice?
No, he had no dice.
Is that why?
Yeah, he had no dice to roll.
So he just went for it. It's like, yeah, I'm going to hit you with max damage automatically.
By some miracle, Abdul was first. Okay. Abdul then said while handing Amaso a potion of fireball, Your sir looks like the sort that would like to buy a potion. Abdul bin Hassanullah Al-Taj at your service. Before Larry could say, that was your turn, Greg said, remember what we discussed. Talking to opponents is a free action because it tends to be more fun that way. Larry nodded his head and sighed and said, Theodore doesn't look like he wants potion. Then Randy spoke up with the voice of Imam Amar and asked, what about your freedom from these infidels, Theodore? Join us and together we can make the infidels suffer. Then Mehmet the Brave shouts, slay the infidels. Then Richard Johnson cups at his crotch looking very uncomfortable. My foreskin.
No, they're gonna steal it. They're gonna steal my lie. No.
Then Larry says, it's not your guy's turn, Randy and Harold. Then Greg interrupts and says, free action, Larry, free action. Then Larry adjusts his gut around the table and says, roll diplomacy, Randy. Randy rolls an 18. Before Larry could announce Randy's failure, Greg reminds Larry by saying, reasonable challenges. Remember what I said about that? Reasonable challenges. Larry squirms a little, then says, you succeed. Theodore agrees with you. By Allah, he has broken through.
The guy's getting better. Like, you know, like you can't. I mean, bar the dick sucking and like the whole like sex offender aspect.
Bar the dick sucking.
Bar the dick sucking, and he never even sucked the dick anyway. You only offered it, right? I mean, he did get hit with sex offender charges, so like, you know, there is still that. But he's getting better. You know, he's improving. He is listening. You know,
it's at least a 17-year-old this time. Burp, 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 burp. I then ask Larry, do I see the gates to the arena? To which Larry says, yes, but the bars look really tough. That was when Abdul took one of his 12 sacks of 2 healing potions and lobbed it at the gate. Larry started laughing, thinking he had Abdul cornered, and then said, Abdul throws a sack of healing potions at the gate, the wasted sack of healing potions. Larry was shown my character sheet. Larry stares at my sheet in horror, realizing he has to roll 10d6 98 times.
Oh.
100 potions in one sack, 2 of which were healing potions. Larry then says, I'm not allowing this to happen. Then Greg interrupts and says, whoa, slow down there. You approved on a non-sheet, right? Well, then you approved on Abdul having these sacks of explosives. Larry stood silent. Then he began to count. That's at least 980 fire damage and has more HP than the gates have. Then I said, so the gates blows open, right? Larry glares at me, then calms down and says, yes. Mehmet draws his Vorpal Falchion. Mehmet draws out his Vorpal Falchion and shouts, my brother in arms, we must take our jihad to the bridge.
For Islam, we will jihad the bridge. Come, Habibis.
I actually kind of like this. I think I can make this work. Oh, Jesus. We probably shouldn't be laughing about this because of the current thing.
Fuck off, I don't care.
Yeah, keep going.
That's just fucking Tuesday down that fucking place. Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't know where the bridge of the ship is. I then turned to Amaso and took back his potion of fireball. I then gave him a potion of detect thoughts, and then Amaso handed the potion back to me, and then I drank it. After that, Mehmet lost patience, charged towards the gate with his falchion drawn, shouting prayers to his almighty God Allah, while all the while Omar, me, and Theodore followed behind, into the blasted gates of the arena. While Richard Johnson cried in pain as he continued holding it in, and then he had a pee. That's right. Shit, has a pissy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then followed us into a poorly designed intergalactic Mordor. Omar rushed to the prison cells and unlocked all the gladiators' doors, all the while me, Mehmet, and Theodore, followed by a posse of gladiators, made our way out of the prison cells and into the ship. Larry was struggling, trying to think of what to do. Then he got a brilliant idea. Larry said none of that happened because the alarms were on and the guards were alerted. But then Greg said, so you let us do all of that and then you're going to take it all away? That's the mark of a bad DM, Larry. Perhaps have the guards show up after we freed all the gladiators. Larry agreed. After Omar set that last gladiator loose, the doors around us were swarming with guards. Abdul and his fellow jihadists prepare for war.
Oh, right. Let's see what happens. So I'm pretty sure the Martian's probably done for, because that was like his gimmick, wasn't it? Or what's under his coat? We'll need to find out what's under there, because he's bound to be hiding something under his turban on his coat.
Once again, initiative is rolled, and Abdul the crazy merchant somehow won again. My first action was I detect the thoughts of the soldiers. Larry then says, okay, you can see their thoughts. Then I cut him off and said, great, I'll discern the location of the ship's bridge. Then Larry hurriedly says, you can't find out. Then he stops, thinks over my clever ruse and says, you find the location of the bridge, but the soldiers will attack you first. Then he regained his composure and said, and now you end your turn. Then I said, detecting thoughts is a free action. Then Larry sighs and tells me to proceed. Greg looked quite content at this turn of events. So Abdul turned to the doorway, clustered with the guards, then throws another sack of healing potions at the doorway. All the guards that have a clear shot at me that turn are now dead. Then the battle began in earnest, with gladiators and soldiers dying left and right, and after convincing Larry to let us take control of four-armed Theodore, we positioned Theodore between Abdul and the guards. With many casualties on both sides and now out of healing potion sacks, Abdul and his terrorist friends won the battle.
I can't do it. Just keep going. I can't do it.
The only one who did not taste bloodshed was Richard Johnson, who looked to be pulling a Tycho Brahe in a short while. With the way clear, four-armed Theodore, the remaining gladiators, me, Omar, and Mehmet traveled in a group up towards where I discerned the path to the bridge, with Richard Johnson lagging behind. Larry was smiling, however, and he started laughing when we entered the room before the battleship's bridge.
Okay, what did they get up to?
I like how Larry thinks he's clever, but he's actually not.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm happy
falling for my trap.
I think, you know what this is? This is pure skill issue bullshit. It's like, the problem is he's got that idea that he wants to get one over on the players, you know what I mean? But I don't know, like, it sounds like a pretty fun session so far. It sounds a lot better than the last session. So, that's good.
He has dice for one, so it's...
Yeah, and he's actually like listening to them and being like, yeah, okay, you know what, that is fair, so he is getting better, so again, minus the Foreskin Empire and the dick sucking. Larry, I mean, yeah, actually no, he's still a sex offender. Sorry, Larry.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Larry. Click clack, face the wall, please.
Yeah.
Larry.
Oh, you know what? I saw a good one. Actually, I want to do a video on this down the line. Apparently, D&D is banned, or like tabletop RPGs is banned in a lot of American prisons. So it is.
Yeah, it is. So what's funny is that there have been fatalities due to inter-party politics. Like, I read it was in a Virginia prison that they had to ban it because someone's character killed another player's character, and it's like a fucking 4-year campaign, because what's you gonna fucking do in fucking prison? Yeah. So the dude who killed the guy's so the gang of the guy whose character was killed stabbed the other guy to death for killing that man's character. So a PvP event caused real life PvP that would resulted in a fucking fatality.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea. It's perfect. It's a perfect game for people to like. Okay, see if you guys want to get into like live streaming. Like this is going to be the new Critical Role. It's going to be murder hobos played by literal murder hobos. Eh?
Literal murderous hobos.
Eh? Yeah, literal murderous hobos. What do you think? Can we make that work? I think we could. We could have in what do you call the guy? The booty crusader.
Oh, the booty warrior.
Booty warrior. Yeah. Yeah. We can have the booty warrior. So we can. Oh, think of the like. That's perfect idea. We'll save that for another time though. Let's just keep going.
Warden, I have a strange request from a YouTuber named James. Okay, so
any of you guys have any of you guys killed anyone? Do you guys also play role-playing games? You wanna be in my live stream? You know,
you guys want to be in my live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. I guess it could work if you go around and get like one prisoner per prison, so they're spread out and not in contact. That could be doable. I wouldn't. The all prisoner party. You could have them all be. You have them all be barbarians or fighters, and then they're all start out in a prison and have to break their way out. It's got legs to it.
It does, but I think that's another reason why they ban it in American prisons, because like people that don't know role-playing games and they come across like people like hand-drawn maps and stuff like that, and also they ban like dice and stuff in prison. Like,
they banned D6. They banned D6 because they're just standard gambling dice. They haven't banned the more esoteric dice like D8s and D10s and all that.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, GURPS. GURPS is in prison.
But you can't have D4 because they're technically caltrops. That's an actual rule.
Oh, yeah. Is that actually? All right, okay. Right, wait, let's keep going with this. Let's see. What does the Al Akbar group get up to?
Larry announced, "It's a trap!" The shield generator activates in the room you pass, and all of you are found surrounded by an impenetrable force field. We began to struggle to find a solution, but we all ended up doing was getting a lot of "you can't do that" from Larry. But just before Larry can go on, Greg says, "I did explain that Richard was lagging behind from cupping his crotch so much, right?" Larry then says, "Yeah." Then Greg says, "So Richard must be outside the force field, right?" Larry says, "Yeah, he is." Then Greg said, "Richard inspects the shield generator." Then before Larry can say, "You can't do that," Greg says, "Actually, Richard can. Look here. Richard is a high-end electrical engineer and even has a knowledge skill." Then Greg shows Larry the character sheet. Then Larry says, "Okay, the shield generator is electric and has an indefinite battery powered by the ship." Greg just smiles and then Larry asks, "What?" Then Greg says, "Electric, huh?" Larry says, "Yeah." Then Greg says, "I pull my pants down and relieve myself over the generator. The compounds and urine should short the generator." Larry then says, "You can't do that." Then Greg says, How many times do I have to say, Larry? You have to have a possible solution for any challenge." Larry then says, "Okay, it works, but you die from electricity zapping through you, killing you, and more guards than before are coming." Greg then says, "Okay," then shrugs. I fucking hate Larry so much.
No, look. At least he's not just like. At least he's actually like going with it. You know, even if the guy still keeps saying it, was like, "No, come on, we'll keep going. We're going to keep going."
Here's a problem: if Greg's character knew that kind of stuff, then Greg's guy would know to like basically shake his dick and keep the stream from being solid. So,
oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
This is the things that the new GM doesn't think about. Like, well, because you would say, actually, your guy's pretty fucking smart, would know about this because he's an electrical engineer. So he would simply just shake his dick like a fucking fire hose and just get piss everywhere and not shock himself. That's because as someone who has peed on a hot wire and shocked their dick, if you just give it a little wiggle, you're fine.
Wait, so does it actually work? I think they did that in Mythbusters as well.
And I honestly, so I was peeing, and it was a harsh stream, lots of coffee. And I was out by my back horse fence, and I caught the hot wire on accident, and I went stumbling backwards 10 feet and pissed all over myself because I was like, fuck! And my hand jerked and the stream went wild and it was fucking embarrassing. And thankfully I was the only one home. So now only the internet knows, and that's not a problem. But yeah, so you can definitely shock yourself. If your stream is solid and just connected, you will zip zap your fucking dick. Anyway. I then ask, so the generator is down as is the shield. Larry then says with annoyance, yes. But right when Abdul and friends are free, they notice a few things. The charred remains of Richard, with what remains of his crotch out like a purebred but noble infidel. The guards are coming in behind them. The front door is locked. We all knew how this would end, but our lives are worth giving in the name of. But our lives were worth giving in the name of our all-powerful God, Allah.
All right, okay. Let's see. Where does this go? How are they going to blow up the ship or the bridge or whatever?
The battle was fierce, but the reward of 72 virgins at the end would be worth the price.
Here. I came across a mad one. They're not like see these virgins. They're demons, man. They're not actually like humans or anything. Like they're not human spirits. They've actually got a name. They're creatures.
It doesn't say male or female virgins. It could be male and female virgins from.
That's true. That is true. But yeah, apparently, like they've got I'll need to really look into this, but I only briefly went over it. But apparently, they do have like Allah like creates them, so he does. And they are the way that they're described, man. Unironically, sound like demons. It's really creepy when you actually get into it, you know. Or maybe I'm just like stupid infidel.
James, are you trying to sell me towards? Never mind. Demons, you say?
Do they have horns? I don't know. I don't think they have horns.
If I pray hard enough to Allah, perhaps.
maybe. Who knows?
So, guard, why'd you join the Brotherhood of Islam? I heard there are demons as rewards. Is that true?
I don't know.
Get out, infidel.
What's the meme? Switch sides.
Puts in console. Change sides. Yeah. Mehmet, Abdul, Forearm Theodore, and the few remaining gladiators turned to give Omar some precious time opening the lock. In the ensuing firefight, Forearm Theodore was destroyed first by the guards' laser guns, and the other gladiators fell soon after. Mehmet bloodthirstily cut down guard after guard, but Larry intended no end to the guards, we were sure, because he's just a shitlord. Meanwhile, Omar rolled a natural 20 on the open lock check, and the door to the bridge opened before Omar. Just when we thought we were home free, we found the captain of the ship on board, and he looked to have the trappings of a wizard, and a powerful one at that. Omar, though powerful, was outmatched here, but luckily for Omar, Abdul was watching over him. With a lucky save on Omar's part, Omar resisted a fighter of death. It was probably fighter of death. Finger of death. All the while, Abdul committed a Samo to run and latch on. I keep thinking it's Osama. It's not. It's Osamo.
I've given up. See if it's not like proper words, like if it's not like proper like language, then it's like, yeah, you guys are just gonna have to give up. You know, it's like I ain't pronunciation. I got no time for working on any of that sort of stuff.
Abdul commanded Osamo to run and latch onto the captain's face after Abdul casted haste on Osamo, so like speed monkey Tomahawk missile. Yeah. Larry was smug and thought the monkey to simply be Abdul's gimmick, which he partially was, but in reality, Osamo and Abdul were brothers in arms, and Larry's lack of foresight to what that would prove to be a deadly mistake. Though it would take Osamo another turn to arrive to where Abdul wants him, Abdul and Mehmet kept themselves busy and both took a hell of a beating from the guards and the guard general that arrived in the forefront. Larry thought us done over, I'm sure, just by the way he was getting giddy, but in reality he had no idea what we were all capable of deep down.
Oh, okay.
Our next turn, Omar somehow managed to avoid certain death at the hands of the ship captain's finger of death. That was correct. And Mehmet has been dropped to his last few health by the guard general that arrived so conveniently. Then our turns came up, and Abdul was first. Abdul ordered Osamo to climb up the ship's captain's body and latch onto his face. The grab check succeeded. Then Abdul used his monk level. Abdul tossed his desert cloak aside to reveal what was beneath it. A harness covered Abdul head to toe in maximized, widened, acid-substituted fireballs. Larry stopped and looked on to the next scene in horror. Abdul rolled high on his grapple check, and thanks to his half-giant trait in being treated as one size category larger than normal, the roll was that much more successful. Abdul tackled the guard to the ground. Meanwhile, Osamo shut off his desert Asamo shed off his little desert cloak to reveal a little harness covered in fewer of the same kind of potion that Abdul had. Then Amaso shed off his little turban and revealed a bomb strapped to his head with the wick lit too. Hold on. I'm trying to not read ahead, but I know it's coming. I know. I have my hand over my screen. I'm trying to not. Then Mehmet did the same thing, showing the harness beneath his cloak, simply loaded up with hundreds of sticks of dynamite. Then Mehmet activated the magical power of his harness and lit them all. Then jumped on top of Abdul, who was on top of the guard captain. Larry was about to object, but Greg gave Larry a look that says, "You know better." Then Larry fell silent and let us say our last words, which were also the command words to exploding Abdul's and Amaso's harnesses, and which were met said in kindred spirit, Allahu Akbar. Akbar! Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Oh, that's beautiful. I was like, you know what? I'll give you that.
Me and the boys go on an adventure with our bomb vest.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I appreciate it. So where does this go? Do they blow out the bridge of the ship?
Here we go.
Here we go. Like, there's a bit more.
With that, Amaso exploded in the ship captain's face. After Greg told Larry the explosives were point blank and right in front of the captain's face, Larry let the captain of the ship explode. But Mehmet the Brave and Abdul the Crazy Merchant met their foes with an even more gruesome fate. The explosions and the sheer amount of damage the explosives did, as well as the acidic component of the explosions, ignored the hardness of the metal that made up the shit up and melted the metal onto the rest of the hapless guards, caving in the doorway to the shield room. All that remained on board was Amar. Amar turned to the control panel and said, "I'd like to roll a pilot check to fly the ship."
Oh, for God's sake!
God! Hold on, Mr. President. There's a second spaceship.
You know what? These guys are pretty good. You know what? At first,
I labeled these men base.
Yeah, I appreciate these guys. At first, I was like, oh, you know what? They're just gonna go ahead and shut all over you guys, all right? But you know what? You know what? I appreciate this. I appreciate this. It makes me want to commit jihad.
You know what? Larry turned these men from mere adventurers to a fucking insurgent cell with one simple game. So Larry, who was extremely upset, nearly shouted, "There is no pilot skill." Then Greg asked, "Then how are the ship's captain and crew able to fly this battleship? There has to be some way, and Amar has it on his character sheet." Randy showed Larry his character sheet, and then Larry's face looked defeated, and then Larry said, "Roll." Randy rolled another natural 20. With the battleship under Amar's control, Randy set a course for the capital of the Farouk at top speed. Larry was helpless against the power of Allah. Amar targeted the battleship to crash into the Farouk Empire's capital city. Moments before the crash, Imam Omar. Oh no, he's an Imam. The USS Liberty incident. Go back to the thing. You fucked it. Okay, hold on. Where are we at?
I was on it. Yeah.
There we go. With the battleship under Omar. Okay. Larry was helpless against the power of Allah, and Omar targeted the battleship to crash into the Farouk Empire's capital city. Moments before the crash, Imam Omar kneeled his head down in prayer and shouted, "Allahu Akbar." Larry remained stunned, and then he picked up his things without a word and slumped back to his room. After waiting for 5 minutes, Harold interrupted our silence by saying, "How about we get our 72 virgins now?" Then we all agreed and spent the rest of the night hedonist style. The end.
Wait, so they all like sucked each other off or what?
I don't know.
Wait, what does that mean?
I mean, to be fair, if they're gonna role play as Muslim a terrorist cell, there will be a lot of dick sucking going on. So I don't.
Yeah,
I love the sentence. Larry was helpless against the power of Allah.
You know what? That was pretty good. And you know the thing is, that's actually a pretty good setup for like an actual campaign. I think that's like a perfect one.
Emperor
Like,
Ferric, there was a third spaceship.
No, honestly, I like that one. That feels like so long since I've actually heard like a good RPG story time.
Larry was helpless against the power of a law.
Yeah. I kind of wish we got to know more about like Larry's backstory about him like sucking dick and everything, because it's kind of like thrown out there. But like honestly, the rest of it worked pretty perfectly. You know what? This is giving me ideas, but I'm worried in case like it might get me into trouble. You know what I mean? If I got any of these ideas, but this is great. Honestly, I love this shit. This beautiful.
This was truly a treat.
Yeah, it's hard to come by. You know, it's really see finding like good RPG story times these days. Oh my god, it's almost impossible.
It's just the monkey had a bomb under his hat. Like, god damn it. There's that bomb under my turban. Ook ook.
I enjoyed it. But anyway, like, let us know what you guys think. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna have to cut out because
you have to cut out none of it, dude. You gotta let it ride.
Well, I did get a strike before for they said for gore eyes and terrorism. You know what I mean? So it might be after some stuff I'm gonna cut out the. For instance, like that's not going in, you know, and there's a few other bits that I might cut out. But like we'll just find out. Like if you enjoy what we do, you know, if you want stuff that's not edited, not cut out, you know, check out Gumroad. That's a thing. Links down below. Garbu, do you have anything to show?
My game book's coming out here soon.
How far are you away?
I'm gonna start editing images and art and plugging it in. Stop by and check out the Emily Bronze book if you want a nice adventure with an anti-hero hero. If you want want some nice smut and want to fuck a gun, there's always my Waffen guy story. You know, it's that's a thing. But yeah, that's about it for me, really.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think down below. Have you ever like had a jihad before? Have you ever like went on a holy war in any of your games?
You guys going with the boys and going a nice jihad together, and it's in friendship.
maybe the tree insurgents were the ones we defeated along
maybe
the way.
The real terrorists made along the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.